Wishing XW01 Albert Owusu of the 37th Military Hospital. Happy birthday to you from Foster and Francisca. Anastasia Dakoa and Koma of La Paz New Market. Happy birthday from Yahweh J to you. To you, Pearl Sichibia and Koma and Christian Krama and Koma of Royalty Montezor in Pokwase. It's from your parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ankuma of Ga Odumase. DJ Yaira Constable, DJ Yaira Police Headquarters Communications. Enjoy your birthday from Constable Bright Samoa to you. Nana Dr. Kofi Enchi II and ADP officer in charge at Menchia Local Prison. 15 years of your installment, Nana Unkwaso, as Asante Achim Udumase and Nifahini of Drabing Asante. Reverend Mrs. Rita Udro, happy birthday to you. The Lord bless and keep you, Reverend Mrs. Rita Udro. It's from your husband, Prophet Kofi Udro, to you. As of my wishing Christiana Amoa, Operations Manager of Absa Bank Circle Branch. Happy birthday to you, Christina Amoa, Operations Manager, Absa Bank Circle Branch. It's from Gladys Odonko to you. Wishing Idriaman Ponsa, happy birthday from your mom, Jennifer Ponsa Asamoah, from Trudy and all your loved ones to you. A belated wish to you, Apia Yeboah Ernest, aka Stages of 4B and Kumasi. Benedicta Opoku, your research assistant to the Minister of Education. Happy birthday to you, Benedicta Opoku, from Western Regional Maslok Manager McDaniels Nyame. You wrote me off, the guy called me in. I may be down, so you say I'm a man. Minim Yamia Martinetti, or can we women Surodom hair? Or Dimashi, I'm bound to win. Into shed, not shabby beyond. Cause I'm a work in progress, what's it? I am a work to my home. I am a work to my one of Parimu. Minim Yamia Martinetti, very a can't survive. And Shabby Mumma won't fear. And my different friends of me, Mary, Waiter is he that lives to me. Mumma won't fear. And family preference of young Mary, me. That's a much I see it's away. And this one says, happy birthday to you, Mr. Samuel Kwame Obobi, MD of Sam O Ventures. Enjoy your birthday, Mr. Samuel Kwame Obobi, MD Sam O Ventures. God richly bless you. And it says a very big thank you to ABSA customers for their loyalty. So if you're an ABSA customer like I am, ABSA says thank you to all of you for your loyalty because it's customer service week. Without you, there's no ABSA. Shouting out to you, Annabelle in Ketia. Good morning, Annabelle. And then happy birthday to you, Stephanie Na Nole Noi. May your birthday be blessed, Stephanie Na Nole Noi. The good Lord richly bless you. It's from Ni Note Noi, Susie and James Pato to you. Wishing Mr. Anthony Demadi. Happy birthday to you from your family to you, Mr. Anthony Demadi. God bless you. Wishing Edwin Nikote Nikwe. Enjoy your day, Edwin Nikote Nikwe. It's from your family to you as well. Happy birthday, Benis Iramesika Ewusi of Kokrokoo. Happy birthday, Benis, from your siblings Kwesi Kai, Abna Mercia Kusuya Boatima, Charlotte Mabna Mavis, and Pastor T Wonders. Have a good one. Shouting out to you, Ansar. Have a lovely week too. Much love to you, Ansar. Thank you. Sharif Samson OJ, happy birthday to you. Have a wonderful birthday, Sharif Samson OJ. And a belated birthday wish you, Maro. Yesterday was yours. Much love today, tomorrow, forever. Sofo Mami Faustina upon Pepra NCWE. Happy birthday to you, Sofo Mami Faustina upon Pepra. Church of Pentecost Brekum District. It's from your husband, Pastor upon Pepra. Also of the Brekum District to you. NCWE. My prayer for you if you ever didn't hear a range of my voice. Dr. George Haramis Ewaha Anope will be talking kidney stones. Coming up shortly. Mrs. Bernice Ayodele Dav Olenu. Enjoy your birthday, Mrs. Bernice Ayodele Dav Olenu of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana Christ Congregation Adenta. It's your 50th. Welcome to floor number 5. And then also wishing Grace Nakokoi Tego of Reverend Ernest Bruce Memorial Methodist Church at Abraka. Happy birthday, Grace Nakokoi Tego from Mrs. Josephina Shomemate. Happy birthday to you, Nana Kweku Amwako Hene, a Chem Hene of Asante Mampong. Nana Unkwaso from your children, Comfort, Martha, Rebecca, Isaac, and Cynthia. Wishing Kwabena in Sia Redu Kranting. Happy birthday, Kwabena in Sia Redu Kranting of Festa Academy Tema. You're 5 years old from your dad, your mom, Mina, and the whole family. It says a belated wish to Mr. SKB Omare, Director of Grandview Hotel Cantamanto. It's from Eric Ansong, a.k.a. Japan Boga. And then also happy birthday, Dr. Isaac Osion Labi. Happy birthday, Dr. Isaac Osion Labi, former headmaster at Tefa SHS from CC Anderson, Kofi Sapon Boateng Okapi, your wife and Brigadier General Amweisi, Daddy Pretty and Kweku Ayat. NCWE Nana Ajiman Boydu, CEO of DBRC Limited, is from your darling wife, your children and siblings to Nana Ajiman Boydu. Happy birthday, Mr. Francis Nana Kwesi Ejare of the Bank of Ghana. From your dear wife, Mrs. Florence Sandra Ejare, your children, Nyamiche, Nicole, and Francisca. Josephina from TF Legon. Josephina from TF Legon says, I'd like to wish my friend Gertrude Boateng a happy birthday. Auntie Joyce of DVLA in Tema, to you, Nana Kwame Obrimpon Date of Westfield Montessori. Happy birthday to you. Miss Evelyn Ifis Sekumajan of Victoria Road in Kwantanang, Winneba. Happy birthday, Miss Evelyn Ifis Sekumajan. It's from your dear husband-in-law, Charles Inkede. Wishing Osofo Paul in Temano of Ashalebote Church of Christ. Happy birthday, Osofo Paul in Temano from Michael Ej Asari. And from Nanaya Kese to you, Dr. Wisdom Peter Awuku. Happy birthday, Dr. Wisdom Peter Awuku of the office of former President John Dramani Mahama. It's from Nanaya Kese to you. And it says a very good morning to you, Opare Vades and Alhaji Mohammed Guba in Cape Coast. You all have a great day and a good week. To you, Dr. Moses Kwabena Dankwa of the Modernac Health and St. John's Catholic Church. Happy birthday, number 79, Dr. Moses Kwabena Dankwa. It's from the Frimpong family. one final shout out to you, COP Ken Yeboah. A very good morning to you, Commissioner of Police Ken Yeboah. Have a lovely day. Peace 104.3. So let's go straight to Dr. George Haramis. Good morning, George.
Good morning.
Thank you again. Good to see you as always.
It's always a pleasure to be here with you.
And how's Luca Health doing?
He's doing well. He's doing really well. And people get to know us more and more. And we're very excited to have people there and give a solution to very common health problems.
Very common health problems. Now, this morning we're talking kidney stones. Would you describe it as a common health problem? What is kidney stones?
It is very, very common. And first of all, the kidney itself, we know that it removes all the waste from our blood.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a number of minerals and salts within the urine. So every time that the concentration of these minerals increases, that forces a precipitation of those minerals inside the urine and the formation of crystals. And these crystals, they fuse to one another and eventually they make a stone. When this is happening, it happens, as we very well know, that all chronic diseases like increased blood pressure, the diabetes, obesity, play definitely a role. But it's not only that, it's also family history can also play a role.
Okay.
We have persons in our family that make stones. There's a higher risk to make stones as well. And of course is the fluid consumption, which is the number one reason behind that. So if we don't drink a lot and we are dehydrated, the chance of making a stone is quite high.
Wow. Minerals and salt in urine could cause kidney stones. Family history is also another one. But this particular one you're talking about, just fluid, we don't drink enough water, could also cause that?
Absolutely. I mean, we are in a country, Ghana has high temperatures throughout the year.
Yeah.
So that means that people stay outside for long times. So we get sweat, we walk too much, we lose fluids.
Mm-hmm.
So if we don't replace them, our urine becomes more concentrated. So these minerals and salts that I mentioned before, and like calcium, uric acid, everybody's aware of those. The oxalates, all these things can precipitate, they fall down, and they can make a stone. So water is the number one reason and the number one preventive measure that we can take to avoid making a stone.
Interesting. So we need to drink more water. Now tell me, from your observation, how common is the issue of kidney stones in Ghana?
It is very common. We know that it affects close to 10% of the population.
Close to 10%?
Yeah, it's a huge number.
Yes.
And we know it's a little bit higher, the numbers among men. Men are a little bit more prone.
Men are more prone?
Yes. Usually we see it a little bit at the age of, in the middle age, but it can affect any person at any age, even children. Children can also have stones.
Wow.
Of course, in children, most of the time, there is some sort of a metabolic disease underneath that needs to be investigated. But even kids, even children, they can have a stone. So it is a very, very common.
So it means that if I have kidney stones, or I shouldn't just be drinking fluids, because it could be something else.
Oh yeah, we have to drink water no matter what. But even with people that drink a regular amount of water, they can still make a stone because, as I said before, it's a combination of factors. It can be a metabolic disease, it can be a genetic issue, or a chronic state like the hypertension, like the diabetes, like chronic kidney failure, or all that. So it's a lot of things at the same time, but it definitely affects a lot of people. Maybe I don't know. I don't have an accurate number to give you here for Ghana, but I can tell you, for example, in the U.S., we have every year 1 million cases.
1 million cases a year.
New cases. And imagine also the cost of treating this thing. I mean, in the U.S., this is something between $2 to $5 billion.
Wow.
So it's a very, very common disease. And me as a urologist, I might say that following the prostate diseases for men and all that, I mean, it's the most common disease that I have to face in my office.
How do I know I have kidney stones? What are the symptoms? What do I look out for? How do I tell?
A very good question, actually, because it depends. There are three factors that affect the kind of symptoms we're going to have. First of all is the location of the stone. That is very important, because to get symptoms, the stone must somehow block the passage of the urine from the kidney down. The second one has to do with the size, whether it is a small or a big stone. That also makes it different. And also the number of the stones. If you have multiple stones, the chance of having symptoms is much higher. So usually the classic symptoms that people know is a pain in the flank, in the back pain, that sometimes it can be located underneath the ribs or even come in front of the abdominal area. And you can even have a difficulty or an urgency with the urination. You can feel, you can even see blood in the urine.
Wow.
And but sometimes, and this is what is really interesting, is that sometimes we can have big stones without having symptoms, and this is the most tricky thing that can happen. And these are usually stones that are growing slowly inside the kidney.
And they show no symptoms.
And they show no symptoms. And these are the most tricky ones because they can really compromise the kidney function without the patient knowing about that. And that is why we say that many times you don't have to wait to get a symptoms. You might do a simple ultrasound, for example, or an X-ray, and many times we identify incidentally stones. So it depends on every person is different. But usually when a stone is moving from the kidney inside the ureter, then the chance of having a symptom is quite higher.
Now, you mentioned that it's more prevalent in men than women. Is there any particular reason?
No, it's just the epidemiology. Even though the last few years, we may say that the number of cases that are identified to women is higher. The reason maybe is because women have a special type of stone called infectious type of stones. And this is because of the recurrent urinary tract infections that women have. Women are prone to urinary tract infections. And these bacteria that cause these infections can release some substances that can create some stones, just to put it in a simple terms. But in the last 20 years, I might say now that the numbers come really close. I mean, even women they're supposed to have the same incidence like men. It's coming very close. It's not as it used to be before. And the reason is that also women are affected by the same chronic diseases that I mentioned before, like BP, diabetes, the obesity itself, which is very important. It affects both sexes. And so, yeah, I might say that they come in equal numbers nowadays. Now it's very close.
Now, the thought of stones in your body, and you mentioned some pain. How intense is this?
If you have the so-called renal colic, it's a really intense stabbing pain.
Very
and it is
painful.
a sudden pain. This is the characteristic.
Sudden?
Yeah, you're sitting like that, like we are sitting now. You're feeling fine, and all of a sudden you feel a stabbing pain in your back. Usually this pain is escalating. It's not going away. And most of the times, patients need to go to a healthcare facility to get some medication, some painkillers to subside this. And usually when you have this kind of pain, this is a very good indication to search a little bit more. And usually what we do is we do an ultrasound, or even better, a CT scan. Because with a CT scan, we can identify the stone anywhere in the urinary tract, either in the kidney, in the ureter, or in the bladder. So the pain is really intense. It's really intense. But as I said before, because this is what I want people to understand, that sometimes you don't have these clear-cut symptoms, and you might still have a stone. For example, people who come many times to me and they tell me, doctor, I have a lot of recurrent urinary tract infections. They keep coming back every 2 months. I keep having one, and I don't know why. And then you make an imaging test. You do a CT scan or an ultrasound, and then all of a sudden you see a big stone sitting there. Because, as I said before, the urine has a lot of the waste of our body. So it is a source of infection itself. All stones are potentially infectious stones. So it's not only the pain, which is the most classic symptoms. It can be, for example, a urinary tract infection, or even blood in the urine. Sometimes we can see a little bit of blood in the urine and some urgency to go to the bathroom to empty our bladder. And that can also lead us to identify that the patient had a stone.
Now, do you have stages of this? I mean, is there a stage 1, a stage 2, a stage 3 where it gets worse? How is it like?
I cannot say that there is a stage, because don't forget that every person has its own anatomy. For example, some people they have a very, very tight ureter, and we know that small stones, 4 or 5 millimeter stones, usually we can pass it spontaneously without any symptoms.
Okay.
But I've seen in my life many patients with small 4 or 5 millimeter stones to have very, very serious pain and renal colic. So it depends. It depends. As I said before, the size is important. Of course, the bigger the size, the chance of having a symptom is higher. So it is very important, and also the way you treat the stone is different with a big stone and with a smaller stone. So it is very important to identify the stone as early as possible.
In case you just tuned in, Dr. George Haramis is here. Dr. Haramis is from the Luca Health Medical Specialty Center. He's a urologist and a minimally invasive surgeon at Luca Health. And we're talking about kidney stones. Now, talking about stones, let me just digress a bit. Gallstones is it the same thing? Is it different?
No, it's a completely different thing. Even though we treat it as well, that at Luca Health, it is in the specialty of general surgery.
Okay.
It's completely different, the etiology of that. It is of course related with our diet and our metabolism, because the gallstones are formed because of that, because of our metabolism. Okay. And they're treated in a completely different way, but it's also a very common condition as well, like kidney stones.
Well, we'll come back to it one day. We should discuss those. But let's refocus. Kidney stones. End game. What does it do? Any infections, any disease, any fatalities involved with kidney stones?
The problem starts in case that we have a stone that it is completely neglected, as I said before. I mean, a stone that it is growing slowly inside the kidney. We don't know the existence of it. And of course, in this case, I have seen cases that the kidney function is completely destroyed. You can even lose a kidney from a neglected stone.
You can lose your kidney.
You can even lose a kidney. And I have seen that even in younger ages. Because they've never been diagnosed in the first place, so they let the stone become so big that eventually the kidney becomes atrophic and so small that it cannot function anymore. So this is, of course, the end stage of the last part of a stone disease, if it's not diagnosed at all. So, but at the same time, as I said, the most common symptoms that we can see with the stones or side effects, it can be this hematuria, these multiple infections, and even fever because of that, because this multiple infection can cause fever. Yeah. So sometimes we have seen patients that they didn't know that they have a stone. They came for a different reason. And then you find out they have a stone. And then we found out that the reason was that.
Wow. How do you treat kidney stones at Luca Health?
Well, as I said before, it depends on the size of the stone and the location. Usually small stones, we don't have to do something in particular. We can wait for them, or we can prescribe some medication that can help the body itself to pass the stone out, the small stones, as I said.
Can you flush them out?
Basically, the body itself can flush it out. We give some medications that can relax a little bit the ureter, and they can help the expulsion of the stone. But these are for small stone, as I said before. Yes. Above 6 millimeter stones and higher, then in this case we have to make an intervention. The good thing is now we don't do the old open procedures. We don't have to do something really invasive and painful for the patient. So what we do is an endoscopic surgery. Endoscopic surgery is that we pass a small camera, a small scope through the urethra, from the bladder into the ureter, and we can reach inside the kidney. And no matter where the stone is, and that is the beauty of it, because these scopes are very, very flexible, and they have a very high definition vision, so we can visualize the stone very well. And then through the same scope, we pass a laser fiber, and we can do a fragmentation of the stone. And we can remove all the fragments and make sure at the end of the procedure that the patient is, as we say, stone-free. The important thing is with this procedure is that we can do it in the morning. The patient can return the same day back home, which is...
That's what you do, that minimally invasive surgery.
Exactly, which is great for the patient. And you can return back home because you don't have any cuts, you don't feel any pain. And you can return back to your activities very fast.
So, in case you're listening, Dr. George Haramis is a urologist and a minimal invasive surgeon. He is from the Luca Health Medical Specialty Center. We're talking kidney stones this morning, and he says that minerals and salt in urine could create or could cause kidney stones. Your family history is also one. For those of us who don't like drinking water or fluids, we could also be candidates for kidney stones. And if you're below 6 millimeters, the body itself can flush it out very nicely, as long as you maintain fluids in your system. But if it goes beyond 6 millimeters, then it is that you have to go and have it checked. And at Luca Health Specialty Center, they'll very quickly do what they call the minimally invasive surgery. I hope I'm right on all points.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if someone wants any more information on Luca Health, on you, Dr. George Haramis, on how to, come and have a check, what does the person do?
So we are located at East Legon. We are at the MDS Lancet campus at 27 Massey Road, just behind the Mensvik Hotel. And we can, whoever wants to make an appointment with me or with any other of our specialties, he can call to our telephone center. The number is 0544 120 777.
Very simple. 0544 120 777. 0544 120 777, and you reach Luca Health Medical Specialty Center. It's in the same compound as MDS Lancet Laboratory. And go get cured, go get healed, go have a check. You never know.
Absolutely.
Dr. George, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you so much, Kwame. It was a pleasure.
Always. Dr. George Haramis is, or was, my guest shortly.
Peace FM.
Dan Quick, we have coming up shortly. Abba.
Peace FM.
And this one's a shout out to you, Joel Ofosu-Yeboah of Universal Microfinance Limited, and also 2021 KNUST MyFi class. It's from Annabelle of Absa to you, Joel Ofosu-Yeboah. A belated wish to you, Miss Harriet Ekufua Brobe of KK Insurance. Is from lawyer Foster Nyako Brobe and Japan Boga to you. A belated birthday wish to Nana Kwame Anamoa Yenying of Ghana Christian High International School. Belated wishes, Nana Kwame Anamoa Yenying. For your birthday was Saturday. Love from your parents, Fifi and Ajua, your sister Efe. And from the Nyanteng Ishan Yenying Akomi and Hobin families. From Nana Joy and Kukua as well. Wishing you all the best that you wish for yourself, and also wishing Precious Fusua of Concord Academy a fantastic day, Precious. Dr. Sribo Kweku, good morning to you. Have a great listening time. Miss Asamoah Christiana, aka Nisha, good morning. It's from your dad, Cadence of Mount Sia Ventures. Maro. Okora Music Nabo. Happy birthday to Juliana Johnson Saki, aka Jadakis or Jadakis Juliana Johnson Saki. It's from your brother Kakra to you. Greetings, Wing Commander and Mrs. Opoku of Cantonment. Have a beautiful day. It's from Sydney Kofi Ofesa. And it says, we, the Odadia Y2K fraternity, would like to wish our brother chairman, Alain Atasigbi, saw a happy 40th birthday. Welcome to old age, bro. Go. Monday morning, dialing up the week nicely. It says, kindly wish Bishop and Lady Reverend Mrs. Emmanuel Akong of Victory Bible Church a happy 35th marriage anniversary to Bishop and Lady Reverend Mrs. Emmanuel Akong. And to you, Louisa, you say you're listening from your phone. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. You are allowed at the 37 Military Hospital. A very good morning to Lieutenant Uti Boating, Flying Officer Elise Ofusu Amoa. It's from Kakra and Kedanso. Shouting out to you, Dr. Amwakon of Aben Waha. Have a lovely day. It says a belated birthday to you, Osikeni Kwame George of Dansuman First Stop. Yesterday was your birthday, Osikeni Kwame George of Dansuman. Belated wishes to you. Yes, we made it. Mrs. Kamara, aka Abnecha of Heavy Do Choba. Happy birthday to you. It's from Mabana to you, Mrs. Kamara of Heavy Do Choba. God richly bless you. Wishing Ernest Azakba, aka Veron. Happy birthday from Prince and the entire Azakba family in Amanase. Wishing Mr. Patrick Arthur Fan Milk Accounts. Happy birthday, Mr. Patrick Arthur from Godwin of La Paz to you. And to you, Benedicta Opoku. Once again, happy birthday to you. Evangelist Paul in Temano, happy 60th birthday. It's from Francis Ubu Simpson and the family, as well as William Gintu to you. Engineer Nana Adu Ojiri of ABP Consult. Belated wishes from your brother Nana Hesse.